Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel where we geek out hard over all things firearms. Today we're bringing you an absolute banger. The 14 most popular AR-15 rifles are straight up owning 2025. Whether you're hunting for that perfect budget beast or a no-compromise tactical monster, we've got the real-world bestsellers, the ones shooters are actually buying, bragging about, and running hard at the range. So grab your coffee, kick back, and let's dive into the rifles that are topping charts and flying off shelves this year. Kicking off the list in number one spot, we have the absolute legend that is the Daniel Defense DDM 4V7. Yeah, most of us just call it the V7, and everybody knows what you're talking about. This rifle is proudly born and raised in Black Creek, Georgia, by a company that Marty Daniel started back in 2001, originally making high-end parts for special operations teams. And ever since they released the V7 in 2016, it has been the gold standard for serious shooters. Whether you're a hardcore three-gun competitor, a high-speed low-drag professional, or you just want the most reliable, do-it-all home defense or patrol rifle that still feels light and lively on the shoulder. At the heart of it, you've got a 16-inch cold hammer-forged, chrome-lined, government profile barrel made from chrome molybdenum steel with a perfect 1:7 twist rate that stabilizes everything from 55 grain plinkers all the way up to heavy 77 grain Match Kings. It's paired with a smooth shooting mid-length gas system that dramatically softens recoil and keeps the gun running clean longer than a direct impingement carbine length setup ever could. Up front, you're riding on Daniel Defense's own ultra-slim 15-inch MFR 15.0 free-float handguard machine from 6061. T6 aircraft-grade aluminum, completely covered in MLOK slots at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions, plus a full-length Picatinny top rail. And it even has their proprietary barrel nut attachment system with steel anti-rotation tabs that lock everything rock solid without needing timing or shims. Total collapsed length with the stock folded in is a very maneuverable 32.25 inches. Extend the 6-position mil-spec receiver extension with a soft rubber butt pad, and you're out to 35.875 inches. And the whole rifle only weighs 6.2 pounds unloaded. That's insanely light for how tough this thing is. You get fully ambidextrous safety selector, mag release, and bolt catch, a Radian Raptor LT ambidextrous charging handle that rips back like butter, a flared magwell for lightning-fast reloads, and Daniel Defense's own soft-touch, over-molded rubber pistol grip, and buttstock that feel premium in the hand. Everything is finished in that beautiful burnt bronze or flat dark earth Cerakote that holds up to abuse way better than plain anodizing. And the fit and finish is absolutely second to none, zero wobble, perfect staking, crisp trigger that breaks right around 5.5 to 6 pounds out of the box. Street price usually hovers right around the $2,000 mark, depending on configuration and current craziness. And even in 2025, you still see these flying off the shelves in places like Fairfax County, Virginia, Houston, Texas, and the greater Phoenix area, because people know what they're getting. Next up, we have an absolute legend in the premium AR world, the Geissele Super Duty, now officially known as the Super Duty Mod 1. Hand-assembled with obsessive care in North Wales, Pennsylvania by Bill Geissele's team, the same guys who have dominated the trigger market since 2004. This rifle first dropped in 2020, and by 2024 it has reached peak refinement. It was built from the ground up for people who live in the sub-MOA club. Precision shooters, NRL/PRS competitors, night vision suppressed runners, and anyone doing serious work who needs guaranteed sub-MOA accuracy and 100% duty-grade reliability. Let's run the specs real quick. You get a 16-inch cold hammer-forged, chrome-lined, Luftwaffe-proof barrel with a 1:7 twist rate, perfectly tuned mid-length gas system featuring a laser-precise .075-inch gas port, a super slim 15-inch Geissele 16 Malawian Quatches MLOK rail that's lighter and stronger than anything in its class. Surefire closed-tine Warcam-compatible muzzle device with nano-weapon coating, and the whole rifle tips the scale at a very combat-friendly 7 pounds exactly with an empty mag inside. You'll find the legendary reliability enhanced bolt carrier group with the high-pressure tested nano-coated cam pin, stress-relieved 158 Carpenter steel bolt, Super 42 braided wire buffer spring paired with an H3 buffer, B5 SOP mod stock, and of course the crown jewel, the SSE-X Lightning Bow 2-stage trigger with its ultra-crisp 2.9 to 3.8 pounds total pull weight that basically spoils you for anything else. Everything is fully ambidextrous. Mag release, bolt catch, and even the safety. And the fit and finish is on another planet thanks to Geissele's in-house barrel nut torque specs and obsessive head spacing. Standout tech includes the 16 Malawin Quatches rails negative space mounting that drops almost 30% weight compared to quad rails while staying ridiculously rigid. The REBCG that's proven to run 20,000 plus rounds with zero lube in torture tests. And a barrel extension that's pinned and welded for perfect alignment every single time. Downsides? Yeah, it's pricey. Street price usually lands right around $2,350 to $2,450 depending on color. And at 7 pounds, it's not the absolute lightest 16-inch rifle on the market. But when you want the single best factory gas gun on the planet, best barrel, best bolt, best trigger, best handguard, all perfectly tuned out of the box with zero need to swap parts. This is the one that pros in Montgomery County, PA, San Diego, California, and Colorado Springs, Colorado keep buying again and again, and the one everyone else ends up wishing they just bought first instead of wasting money on 3. Budget builds that never quite got there. Shifting gears to the LWRC ICDI, or simply the DI as fans know it. This beast hails from Cambridge, Maryland, where LWRC International has been cranking out military-grade rigs since 1999, and the direct impingement version hit the scene in 2016, even picking up an NRA Golden Bullseye for its excellence. It's tailor-made for tactical operators, match shooters, and working pros who crave a go-anywhere carbine for close-quarters defense, precision drills, or just reliable range time. Clocking in at 32 inches collapsed and 35 inches extended, the ICDI packs a 16.1-inch cold hammer-forged, spiral-fluted NICER-treated barrel with a 1-to-7 twist rate optimized for 5.56 NATO and .223 Remington, running a mid-length gas system for buttery smooth operation. The 14-inch MLOK handguard and 6-position stock keep it nimble at 6.6 pounds, perfect for agile moves up close or laser-accurate hits out to 100 to 300 yards. These all-US spec details make it a versatile powerhouse for high-energy scenarios. What really sets the ICDI apart is its full suite of ambidextrous goodies. The charging handle, safety, and mag release. Plus a slick nickel-boron-coated 2-stage trigger for spot-on pulls. That fluted barrel stays cool under fire. The mono-forged MLOK rail packs QD mounts and a full-length Picatinny top for easy optics or grip swaps. And the forged 7075 T6 aluminum receivers with hard anodizing plus QR code, engraving screen built to last toughness, and easy tracking. At about $1,600 on the street. It holds its own in the premium arena against the Daniel Defense DDM-4 or BCM Recce 16, packing ambi upgrades and that proprietary NICER barrel treatment into what you'd expect from $2,000 plus setups, all at a smarter price point. It's crushing sales in spots like in Arundel County, Maryland, Fairfax County, Virginia, and San Bernardino County, California, where tactical crowds can't get enough. That said, it's not flawless. The $1,600 tag might push away Aero Precision M for E1 or SIG Sauer M 400 tread fans who snag close enough performance under $1,200. The custom mono-forged rail can cramp some aftermarket handguard dreams, and that direct impingement setup does warm up the rail during heavy strings. Plus, at 6.6 pounds, it might wear on lighter-framed folks over marathon sessions. Bottom line, the ICDI is prime for shooters who put premium handling and out-of-the-box readiness ahead of pinching pennies. All right, let's roll into the Bravo Company Recce 16 MCMR, or just the Recce as it's fondly nicknamed. This no-nonsense AR-15 comes straight from Heartland, Wisconsin, home base of Bravo Company manufacturing since Greg Pearson fired it up in 2005, drawing heavy inspiration from the SEAL Recon rifle blueprint cooked up with Navy SEAL armorers and the Naval Surface Warfare Center's Crane Division. debuting around 2018. It's the ultimate all-rounder for die-hard hobbyists, three-gun speed demons, and duty-bound users who demand bomb-proof reliability for patrols, competitions, or straight-up survival work. Measuring 32.5 inches collapsed and 35.5 inches extended, the recce 16 MCMR sports a 16-inch barrel of certified mil-spec 4150E steel, fully chrome-lined with a 1:7 twist rate and mid-length gas system for effortless cycling and tamed recoil. The 15-inch BCM MCMR 15 handguard drops the total weight to a feisty 6.1 pounds, blending quick-handling zip with rock-steady control for pinpoint shots on the move. These pure US mil-spec figures lock it in as a tactical and competition champ. The recce 16 MCMR truly flexes with its mid-length gas tune and BCM Mod 0 compensator that slashes flash and muzzle flip for lightning-fast follow-ups, all while staying legal with a non-pin barrel. It boasts a mil-spec Carpenter 158 steel bolt carrier group with manganese phosphate for unbeatable rust resistance, the BCM gunfighter charging handle for rapid manipulations, and the PNT trigger for those crisp, no creep brakes. Toss in the BCM Mod 4 grip and stock for intuitive ergonomics, and the MLOK handguard loaded with 7-side for lights, lasers, or whatever, letting you personalize without messing up the zero or feel. Hovering around $1,400 street price, the recce 16 MCMR dukes it out in the upper mid-range against Daniel Defense or Knight's Armament siblings, stuffing in chrome-lined goodness and that MCMR rail at way less than $2,000 flagships, which screams smart money for performance chasers. It's dominating dealer logs in pro-gun havens like Clark County, Nevada, Colorado Springs, Colorado, and Boise, Idaho, where dedicated range rats keep the demand red hot. But hey, for full disclosure, that $1,400 might scare off greenhorns eyeing Aero Precision's sub-$1,000 steels. MLOK means adapters for legacy key mod bits, and while recoil's dialed in, it still sneaks through on mag dumps. The 6.1-pound frame holds up great, but can drag in all-day hauls over rough ground. All told, the recce is the premium pick for committed folks who live and breathe top-shelf execution. Ruger AR-1556. Launched back in 2014 straight out of Ruger's sparkling new state-of-the-art factory in Mayodan, North Carolina, this rifle was literally built from the ground up to be the ultimate gateway drug for brand-new shooters, weekend range warriors, budget-conscious home defense buyers, and honestly anyone who just wants a dead-nuts, reliable, modern sporting rifle without having to sell a kidney. Overall length collapses down to a super maneuverable 32.25 inches for easy storage or vehicle carry. Stretches out to 35.5 inches when the 6-position M4 style telescoping stock is fully extended, and the whole package tips the scales at an incredibly light and balanced 6.5 pounds unloaded. Perfect for all-day training classes or keeping handy in the bedroom safe. At its heart beats a 16.1-inch cold hammer-forged 4,140 chrome moly steel barrel with 5R rifling and a fast 1:8 twist rate that stabilizes everything from cheap 55-grain plinking ammo all the way up to heavy 77-grain match loads. Finished in black oxide for corrosion resistance and threaded 1/2 by 28 with an A2 flash hider. It runs the proven carbine-length direct impingement gas system with a low-profile gas block tucked neatly under the classic Delta ring polymer handguard that comes with double heat shields. Yes, it's old school, it gets toasty after a few mags, and it doesn't free floats exactly 0% of the barrel, but it keeps the cost way down and still lets you mount lights or grips on the bottom rail section. Up top you'll find Ruger's excellent rapid deploy folding polymer rear sight that pops up instantly when needed, yet stays flush when running an optic, paired with a traditional pinned A2 front sight base that doubles as the gas block, super rugged, co-witnesses perfectly with red dots, and basically bomb-proof. The mil-spec diameter receiver extension houses a standard carbine buffer and spring. The bolt carrier group is chrome-lined with properly staked gas key, and out of the box you get Ruger's enhanced single-stage trigger that breaks consistently right around 6 to 6.5 pounds with minimal creep, not match grade. but honestly way better than most budget ARs. Street price still hovers between $750 and $820 depending on the day, comes with 130-round Magpul PMAG, and is backed by Ruger's legendary no questions asked lifetime warranty, and has literally sold in the millions because it just works every time, in any weather, with any ammo. The FN-15 Tactical Carbine II. Most of us just call it the TAC-2. Proudly made in Columbia, South Carolina by FN America, the same legendary company that's been arming militaries since 1889 and basically wrote the book on combat rifles with the SCAR program. Released around 2017, this thing is pure tactical DNA distilled into an AR-15 platform that's built from the ground up for night vision, suppressors, 3-gun competition, and serious law enforcement work without needing a laundry list of upgrades out of the box. Overall length is a very maneuverable 33.7 inches with a Magpul SL stock fully collapsed and stretches to 37 inches when extended. It's running a 16-inch government profile, cold hammer forged, chrome-lined, machine gun-rated barrel with a fast 1:7 twist rate and a smoother shooting mid-length gas system, all while keeping total weight at a very manageable 6.7 pounds unloaded. Up front, you get a full-length 14.5-inch Midwest Industries SSM MLOK handguard with slots at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock, plus a short Picatinny section at 12 for lights, lasers, or front sights. Paired with FN's excellent 3-pronged SCAR-style flash hider that's also suppressor-ready via the standard 1/2 by 28 threads. The lower rocks a Magpul MOE grip, an upgraded FN combat trigger that consistently breaks between 5.5 and 7.5 pounds with a short reset, a heavier H1 buffer and Sprinko blue spring for noticeably softer recoil, and full mil-spec 7075 T6 aluminum receivers finished in hardcoat type 3 anodizing for extreme durability. Standout features include 100% ambidextrous controls on some configurations, a flared magwell, and that legendary FN barrel life that routinely exceeds 20,000 rounds with accuracy still under an MOA using match ammo. Street price right now hovers between $1,300 and $1,400 depending on the shop, and these are flying off shelves in places like Travis County, Texas, Loudoun County, Virginia, and Wake County, North Carolina. Downsides? It's definitely priced above entry-level ARs. The pure MLOK handguard means you'll need adapters for any leftover key mod gear. And even with the mid-length gas and heavier buffer, it still has that classic 5.56 snap on full auto mag dumps or 3-gun stages. The 6.7-pound weight feels rock solid when you're shooting prone or off barricades, but it can get noticeable after an all-day carbine class. Here's a rifle that truly needs no introduction if you've spent any time in the AR world. The Palmetto State Armory PA-15, the undisputed king of budget-friendly black rifles that's been dominating the market since the early 2010s. Born and bred in Columbia, South Carolina by PSA, a company founded in 2008 by veteran Jameen McCallum with a simple mission: deliver American-made quality at prices regular folks can actually afford. The PA-15 has become the go-to choice for first-time buyers, weekend plinkers, truck gun enthusiasts, home defense preppers, and anyone who want a rock-solid, fully upgradable AR platform without dropping $1,000 or more. Overall length collapses down to a very truck-friendly 32.5 inches and stretches out to 35.75 inches when fully extended, making it easy to stash behind the seat or in a small safe. At the heart is a 16-inch, 4,150 chrome moly vanadium barrel with a tough nitride, melanite, finish for excellent corrosion resistance and longer life, spinning bullets at a fast 1:7 twist rate that stabilizes everything from 55-grain plinkers up to heavy 77-grain match loads. It runs the smoother, softer-shooting mid-length gas system instead of the harsher carbine length you still see on some budget builds, paired with a full-auto-rated, phosphate-coated, chrome-lined bolt carrier group that's staked properly from the factory. Upper and lower receivers are mil-spec forged 7075 T6 aluminum with hard-coat type 3 anodizing. The handguard is a free-float 12-inch lightweight MLOK rail that gives you endless mounting options, and you get a crisp single-stage mil-spec trigger, Magpul MOE grip, and 6-position collapsible stock, plus the classic AT2 birdcage flash hider. Empty weight sits right around 6.8 pounds. Light enough to carry all day, but hefty enough to soak up recoil nicely with that mid-length system and A2 style buffer setup. Standout features include the fact that everything is 100% made and assembled in the USA, lifetime warranty, and an insane street price that usually hovers between $479 and $699, depending on which daily or weekly deal PSA drops. Often complete with optics-ready upper, flip-up sights, or even a red dot thrown in for free. Next up is the rifle that basically invented the phrase big box AR. The Smith & Wesson M&P15, launched in 2006 straight out of the legendary Springfield, Massachusetts factory, and instantly becoming the default house brand black rifle at every academy, Dick's, Cabela's, and rural Walmart from coast to coast. Taking everything S&W learned from decades of supplying duty pistols and revolvers to American law enforcement, they build an ultra-reliable, no-nonsense workhorse aimed squarely at new shooters, frequent range renters, home defense realists, and anyone who simply wants a guaranteed, it'll go bang every single time, rifle without needing a second mortgage. Overall, length collapses to a super convenient 32 inches and extends to 35 inches, perfect for tossing in the truck cabs or apartment closets. The heart is a 16-inch, 4,140 chrome moly barrel with full chrome-lined bore and chamber for extreme durability and easy cleaning. Spinning bullets at a very versatile 1:8 twist that happily stabilizes everything from cheap 55 grain FMJ up to 69, 77 grain precision loads. It runs the classic carbine length gas system, paired with a properly staked, chromed bolt carrier group that includes chromed firing pin, gas key, and bolt for reduced friction and longer life. Upper and lower are mil-spec forged 7075, T6 aluminum with hard-coat anodized finish. The handguard is the traditional ribbed A2 style with double aluminum heat shields. You get a 6-position collapsible stock, a 2-pistol grip, and the iconic A2 birdcage flash hider. Unloaded weight is an easy-carrying 6.5 pounds, making it one of the lighter factory 16-inch ARs you can buy off the shelf. Standout features include that fully chrome-lined barrel and bolt, S&W's bulletproof reputation, and legendary lifetime customer service that'll fix anything forever, no questions asked. Street price typically lands between $749 and $849, though you'll regularly catch it on sale for $699 or less with a free red dot or sling thrown in. Downsides are the slightly sharper recoil impulse from the carbine gas system, the non-free float handguard that limits ultimate accuracy potential, basic mil-spec single-stage trigger that's perfectly functional but not crisp, and furniture that's pure GI style rather than upgraded Magpul or B5. Let's dive into the SIG Sauer M 400 tread, or just the tread for short, now in its slick V2 refresh that dropped in 2024. This versatile AR-15 rolls out of Newington, New Hampshire, where SIG Sauer, a powerhouse blending Swiss and German engineering since 1985, has been cranking out icons like the MCX. Launched back in 2018 with that V2 upgrade bringing even more user-driven tweaks, it's perfect for casual range rats, budding competitors, and home defense setups that double as a lightweight hunter or drill rig. Folded down to 32 inches or stretched to 35 inches, the Tread V2 boasts a 16-inch carbon steel barrel with a 1:8 twist rate, tuned for 5.56 NATO and .223 Remington via a mid-length gas system that keeps things buttery and low kick. The Magpul SLK stock in 13 or 15-inch MLOK handguard landed at a handy 6.8 pounds, mixing quick CQB handling with steady holds out to 100 to 300 yards. These straight-up US specs make it a no-brainer for folks easing into AR life or leveling up without overcomplicating. The Tread V2 really pops with its matchlight 2-stage trigger for those razor-sharp breaks, chrome line bore to shrug off rounds forever, H3 buffer pair with an A2 compensator to tame flash and bounce, and full ambi safety plus mag release for seamless swaps. Forged 7075, T6 aluminum receivers in hard anodized glory take the abuse, the SIG Combat grip locks and control, and that MLOK rail with Picatinny top bags for red dots, lights, or whatever floats your boat, all while staying non-pinned for Fed compliance. Clocking in at about $950 street price, the tread punches above its weight in the mid-pack scrum, leaving PSA PA-15s or Ruger AR-550 SXS in the dust with that premium trigger and beefier handguard you chase in $1,200 plus rigs, all while keeping the wallet happy. It's hauling ass off dealer racks in Hillsborough County, New Hampshire, Clark County, Nevada, and Shelby County, Tennessee, where local ranges are basically SIG fan clubs. But to keep it real, that $950 might nudge away total newbies glued to sub-$600 PSAs. The MLOK can toast up after hot laps, and the trigger needs a few hundred rounds to really shine. At 6.8 pounds, it's no featherweight for all-day slogs, and the direct impingement means more swab time than a piston buddy. That said, the Tread V2 is a sweet mid-game flex for shooters chasing comfy ergonomics and easy mods over hardcore one-trick ponies. And speaking of builder-friendly beasts, check out the Aero Precision M4E1, aka the M4E1. This modular marvel hails from Tacoma, Washington, where Aero Precision flipped from precision machining in 1999 to full-on AR domination by 2010, teaming up with ballistic advantage for barrel wizardry. It hit the streets in 2017 as the ultimate tinkerer's dream for home defenders, plinkers, or mid-tier tacticians who love swapping parts like outfits. Collapsed to 32 inches and extended to 35 inches, the M4E1 runs a 16-inch cold hammer-forged 4,150 chrome moly barrel with a 1:7 twist, handling 5.56 NATO or .223 wild like a champ through a mid-length gas system for soft, clean cycles. The Magpul STR stock and 15-inch Atlas MLOK handguard drop it to 6.5 pounds, nailing that sweet spot for zippy room clears or planted 100 to 300 yard pokes. These core US measurements turn into a Swiss Army knife for rookies and vets alike. The M4E1's secret sauce is that patented threaded upper receiver for wrench-free handguard swaps into a rock-solid free-float setup that boosts groups without the hassle, all while ticking Fed boxes with a non-pin profile and forged 7075 T6 aluminum and hardcoat anodizing. It packs an integrated trigger guard, upper tension screw, chrome-lined mil-spec bolt carrier group for endless reliability, Magpul grip and stock for all-day comfort, and Gen 2 MLOK rail with QD sling points ready for your optic, laser, or foregrip dreams. Around $1,000 on the street, the M4E1 edges out Ruger AR-550 SXS or Smith and Wesson M and P15S by tossing in those tricked-out receivers and Atlas rails, stuff that'd jack up Daniel Defense clones by 30-40%, making it the value champ for garage gunsmiths. It's stacking sales in Pierce County, Washington, Riverside County, California, and Williamson County, Tennessee, where DIY crews treat it like Lego. Fair warning, though, that $1,000 bites deeper than PSA's bargain bins under $700. The custom upper can lock you in Aero's handguard family. Adapters ahoy for outsiders. And mid-length gas still delivers a nudge on speed runs. The 6.5-pound build shines for most, but might sag in epic training marathons. In the end, the M4E1 is the go-to for creators who geek out on seamless tweaks and Aero's locked-in ecosystem over plug-and-play universality. Time to talk about something that's shaking up the game. The PSA JAKL straight-up hybrid magic from Palmetto State Armory in Columbia, South Carolina. Kicked off in 2008 by Jameen McCallum, this rifle bowed in 2022, pulling heavy vibes from a SCAR and ACR, making it a slam dunk for truck gun lovers, close quarters defenders, and anyone chasing that compact punch in 5.56 NATO, .300 blackout, or even 9mm, folded tight at 27 inches or locked out to 33 inches. The JAKL packs a 13.7-inch nitride-treated chrome moly barrel with a 1:7 twist rate, powered by a long-stroke gas piston system for spot-on, dirt-ignoring cycling. The folding F5 MFG stock and 10-inch monolithic MLOK upper tip the scales at 6.9 pounds, nailing that portable sweet spot for vehicle stashes or 50 to 200-yard drills. These all-American specs scream adaptable chaos for tight spot warriors. The JAKL crushes it with a no-tools adjustable 5-position gas block that's suppressor heaven, a pinned and welded muzzle device for full Fed compliance, forged 7075, T6 aluminum in a slick Cerakote coat to laugh off rust, plus a non-reciprocating forward charging handle and full ambi controls for battery swaps. The nickel boron coated trigger clocks in at a crisp 5-pound pull, and that MLOK rail with Picatinny chunks bag for optics, lasers, or whatever, all while playing nice with standard AR-15 lowers for endless tweaks. Street price kicks off at $750 for uppers and climbs to $1,300 for full rifles, letting the JAKL Steel Thunder from pricey SCAR, 16S or SIG MCX Verta setups by dropping piston toughness and that seamless mono upper vibe, 25 to 50% cheaper than the big dogs, pure catnip for smart money hunters. It's racking up wins in Greenville County, South Carolina, Knox County, Tennessee, and Mojave County, Arizona, where the truck gun tribe runs deep. But let's keep it 100. That $1,300 full build edges out PSA's bread and butter ARs under $600. Early birds hit snags like wobbly screws, mostly fixed now. The proprietary uppers can gatekeep some rail swaps, and at 6.9 pounds it tips nose heavy under a can, wearing on arms and marathon hauls. The forward handle takes a hot minute for AR diehards to groove on, so the JAKL shines brightest for trailblazers who dig that fresh hybrid edge over cookie-cutter familiarity. Wrapping this stretch with the ATI Alpha Maxx, the semi-auto AR-15 pistol that's all about featherweight fury from American Tactical Imports, blending in-house grit with Magpul nods to hit those mil-spec marks. Rolled out in 2023, it's a magnet for range addicts, speed match hustlers, and tight space guardians who want big bore bite in a backpack without the bulk tax. At a zippy 25 inches overall, it slings a 7.5-inch steel barrel threaded 1/2 by 28 with a direct impingement gas setup and 1:8 twist rate, pushing 5.56 NATO to 3,000 frames per second, while clocking just 5.5 pounds empty. The reinforced polymer receivers with metal beef up keep it tough, yet feather light for rapid swings. The enhanced buffer tube and recoil mitigating insert dialed down vibes for steady dumps, prime for hallway hustles or quick drills. This spec sheet locks in as a nimble CQB champ with punch. Where the Alpha Max flexes is its recoil taming phosphate-coated bolt carrier group and buffer insert that eats kick like candy. A rear brace tuned for ATF green lights as a legit pistol, plus Cerakote black polymer that shrugs off dings and damp. The 7-inch MLOK handguard with full Picatinny top and forward slot screams accessory party for lasers, dots, or irons, while flip-up polymer sights get you zeroed fast, and a patented pin retention system keeps the hammer and trigger rock-steady mid-fire. Around $330 street price, the Alpha Max owns the sub-$400 AR pistol lane, outgunning PSA PA-15 siblings with that wild 60-round Schmeisser casket mag and stability tricks you'd hunt in $500 plus builds, all while keeping it stupid light. It's stacking fans in Fairfax County, Virginia, Travis County, Texas, and Phoenix, Arizona, where shooter squads chase bang-for-buck beasts. Truth bomb, though, that low price dances with even cheaper rivals on raw specs. The polymer frame goes some premium add-ons, and while recoil's reined in, 5.56 snap demands practice to wrangle. The 5.5-pound zip is a dream until long hauls hit fatigue. Test fire at first to vibe check the fit, but for a packable, tweak-happy thumper that delivers without the drama, the Alpha Max nails that reliable wild card role. Here comes the absolute wild card of 2025, the Hi-Point HP-15, the very first AR-15 from the Ohio-based Budget Kings who've been slinging chunky pistols since forever. Officially launched mid-2025 using all-American parts and no big-name partnerships, This thing is aimed squarely at first-time owners, absolute beginners, and anyone who just wants the cheapest possible ticket into the AR world for plinking, basic home defense, or learning the platform. It stretches to 32 inches overall, runs a 16-inch M4, contour 4150 chrome moly barrel with a 1:8 twist, chambers .223 wild, so it happily eats both 5.56 NATO and .223 RAM at 3,000 plus FPS, and tips the scales at a very tote-able 6.5 pounds. Carbine length gas, 6-position M4 stock, forged 7075, T6 receivers, and a 15-inch free-float MLOK handguard round out the package. You get flip-up sights, ambi safety, a polished stainless trigger that actually breaks pretty clean around 6.5 pounds, and a lifetime warranty that High Point is famous for honoring, no questions asked. Street price is legitimately under $400, sometimes dipping to the high dollar 300s on sale, making it the cheapest mil-spec-ish rifle you can walk out the door with. It's moving stupid numbers in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, all over South Carolina, Texas, and Arizona cities like Columbus and Phoenix, where new shooters just want something that works without a second mortgage. To keep it real, tolerances are a little looser than the big boys. Cheap steel case ammo can cause the occasional hiccup. Groups open up to 5 to 7 inches past 300 yards, and the polymer handguard feels basic next to fancy aluminum rails. It's front-heavy, and the trigger, while decent, isn't winning any precision matches. But for a sub-$400 rifle that's actually warranted for life and takes all your standard AR mags and parts, the HP-15 is the ultimate I just want to learn, or I need a beater option that somehow still made the 2025 bestseller radar. And closing out the list with a serious glow-up from the Budget King, the PSA Sabre-15, Palmetto State Armory's premium line that debuted at SHOT Show 2023 and absolutely took off. Built in Columbia, South Carolina with high-end parts from Radian, Hyperfire, B5 systems, and more, this rifle is laser-focused on intermediate to advanced shooters, 3-gunners, and tactical folks who want a factory gun that punches way above its price tag for training, defense, or just flexing at the range. Overall length hits 33 inches, rocking a 16-inch nitride-treated 4150V chrome moly barrel with 1:7 twist and mid-length gas, chambered 5.56 NATO, and pushing 3,000 plus FPS while weighing a balanced 6.8 pounds. Forged 7075, T6 receivers, pinned A2 flash hider, B5 SOP mod stock, the works. What really turns heads is the laundry list of upgrades. Hyperfire RBT trigger that snaps at 3.5 to 4 pounds, Radian Talon ambi safety, Radian Raptor charging handle, Battle Arms development takedown pins, Sprinko springs, and a micro-polished NIB-coated BCG that cycles like glass. The 15-inch MLOK handguard with full Picatinny top and Cerakote finish, black or FD. Looks and feels $2,000 level. Street price sits $850 to $999 depending on the drop, and it's crushing sales in Richland County, South Carolina, Harris County, Texas, Maricopa County, Arizona, and big cities like Columbia, Houston, and Phoenix, where shooters know a deal when they see one. Downsides: it's still PSA, so the occasional roll mark or small cosmetic nitpick shows up, and some purists will always say just build your own for that money. But when you can get Radian, Hyperfire, lifetime warranty goodness for under $1,000, the Sabre-15 is hands down one of the smartest, almost high-end rifles you can buy in 2025. So there you have it, the 14 AR-15s that are actually moving the needle in 2025, from sub-$400 beaters that get new shooters in the game all the way up to those $2,000 plus no-compromise rigs that pros trust with their lives. Whether you're on a ramen noodle budget, building your first truck gun, prepping for classes, or just want the absolute best factory rifle money can buy, one of these is probably sitting on a shelf right now with your name on it.